those definitions are. Capitalism to me, it's an ideology of capital. The most important thing is the concentration of capital, and it means that we seek and prioritize profit and the accumulation of money above all else, and we seek it at any human and environmental cost. That is what that means. When we talk about ideas, for example, like democratic socialism, it means putting democracy and society first instead of capital first. Because at the end of the day, as workers and as people of society, we're the ones creating wealth, not a corporate CEO. It's not a CEO that's actually creating $4 billion a year. It is the millions of workers in this country that's creating billions of dollars of economic productivity a year. And that's why the emphasis in democratic socialism is on democracy.
Which brings me to what I hear from your party leader now, that he's going back to democratic socialism. Do you subscribe to that as it was?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
People deserve much more than what is happening now. We want garbage moved from our gates. We want street lights that work. We want sewage in pipes underground and not running in the streets. We want clean piped water in all our homes. And we want roads that don't mash up our vehicles' front ends if you're lucky enough to have a vehicle. And we want public health facilities that treat people with dignity and provide good and affordable health care. And provide good and affordable health care. Good and affordable health care. These are part of the mission of the next PNP government. The Prime Minister just needs to fly the gate. Call it Andrew. Call it an Iman will sound the trumpet.
Well. Was that a slip of the tongue? No, I don't think so. It definitely was not a slip of the tongue. Why? Because he has a teleprompter. You saw it come up on the screen every now and then while you were watching the conference. Yes, he was reading either from the notes in front of him or from one of the teleprompters that were there. So you heard it for yourself. Mark Golding and Peter Bunting, the two capitalists pretending that they are socialists because they will not get the support of the people in the party. They have to pretend in order to forge what appears to be unity. And you hear them, and to thunderous applause, apparently the comrades were not paying attention. They were not paying attention because of all of the fluffy words that went before and after. And I must be honest, it slipped past me too until I was listening to it again. I said, how were Mark say a while ago? How were Mark say? Well, we will come back to that shortly. Let me, for now, give you my customary welcome. Welcome to Jamaica 411. Thank you so much for joining me, keeping me company as usual. If you're here for the first time, welcome. If you are returning, my subscribers, and thank you everybody. It's now 10,000 subscribers. Yay! We did it. Thank you all of you who subscribe to this channel and keep giving us your support. We do appreciate it greatly. Now remember, you want to like the video. I see you've been doing very nicely. I got 1,000 likes of the last video, and I think it's running in nearly 15,000 views by now. So if you haven't watched it already, it's called Comrades Are in Shock, and this is due to the events that took place at the conference. This is the first of my reporting on the conference and my analysis. Also, please remember to share the video and leave your comments in the comment section. All right? Now let's get down to business. Now, today I will be focusing on that announcement by Mark Golding that there will be no more health care, free health care under a PNP government led by him. Did you know that that was what Mark said at the conference? Did you realize he had said that? No more free health? Tell me. Put in the comment section and tell me if you had spotted it. And if you hadn't spotted, tell me as well. All right. So that was what I discovered when I decided to go back and make notes of the things that he said so I can come to you and give you an analysis. So let's look now at what he's saying. You see, for the past 4 years, the refrain, which is the usual refrain of the opposition, whenever the parties are in opposition, everybody is suffering. Oh, there is all kinds of sufferations, the people this and the people that. When they're in government, they see no sufferation, right? Only when they are in opposition. And so for the past 4 years, you would have been hearing about the sufferation of the Jamaican people. Them can't find food, they can't find place to live, all sorts of things that is happening to the people, plus crime. And here it is that Mark Golding is standing in front of the comrades at the national arena, right? Announcing the policies that his team intends to pursue if we can't get rid of him before. And the people are stupid enough to put him in Jamaica House. He's saying that they intend to improve the healthcare system, is what he's saying. And let me quote him for you, because I wrote it down. We want, you hear what I'm saying? I'm saying we want public health facilities that treat people with dignity. We want that, right? We want public health facilities. What are the public health facilities? The hospitals, the public hospitals, and the clinics would be the public health facilities as far as I understand it. So he says that we want, so I am assuming he's talking about the PNP. I don't know if I'm speaking on your behalf. You can tell me in the comment section when I finish reading this whether he's speaking on your behalf, whether it's something that you want. But he says, we want public health facilities that treat people with dignity and provide good and affordable health care. Let me stress that again. And provide good and affordable health care in our public health facilities. Let me break it down for you so you can understand what Mark Golding is saying. That he and the PNP, so him say, is going to be implementing were they to find themselves into government. And you need to pay attention because these are the things that affects your life. And for those of you who look out for poor people, these are the kinds of policies that are going to affect them adversely. When he's talking about providing good, affordable health care for our public health facilities, he's talking about the KPH, Kingston Public Hospital, Spanish Town Hospital, the Mandeville Hospital, St. Anne's Bay Hospital, Sablamar Hospital. There's a Black River Hospital, right? Yes. The Princess Margaret Hospital, right? The hospital over in St. Mary, Port Mary Hospital, I think is what it's called, right? And the one in Portland. What is that one called again? You can put it in the comment section and remind me, please. Cornwall Regional Hospital. These are the hospital facilities, the one in Falmouth and all of those in between. Plus the clinics, all of the clinics that are government-run clinics. He is talking about, we want these facilities, right, to provide, to treat the people with dignity and provide good and affordable health care. Affordable health care to who? To those people who are using it. So he's telling you, slipping it by, that the next government of the PNP, led by him, according to him, will be removing the free healthcare regime that has been in place since 2007. And just in case that slips by you, my friends, my subscribers and my viewers, what Mark Golding is saying, that the plank of their healthcare solution to all the healthcare problems we now have is to reintroduce the fee system, and that now will ensure that you won't find people sleeping in chairs, wheelchairs, on the floor, on cardboards, waiting at the Spanish Town Hospital for a bed. That would certainly ensure, because you know why? Do you know the reason why it would ensure that people will not be sleeping on the floors of the hospital on cardboard? You know why? Guess and tell me why. Yes, you're right. You know, not bright, you know. But you're a Jamaican man. What else can you be but bright? Only the Englishman one, they're not bright, you know, but he thinks that we're idiot. We can always play the fool for catch the wise. Not true. But of course, I'm not wise, so. So, yes, that's exactly the point. They intend to remove the free health system. And because not everybody will be able to afford it, they will now reduce the patient loads on each of these hospitals. It's as simple as that. Simple as that. The funny thing about it is that Mark Golding himself said last year at Rossi's High School, that day when he was walking like he was drunk, stepping high, he said at that hospital that the government had talked about, he was criticizing the healthcare system and the unfortunate fact that there are persons who, because the beds are occupied, Spanish Town Hospital has about 340 beds. When you see those 20 and 30 persons waiting, needing healthcare from the Spanish Town Hospital, it is because the 340 beds are occupied and they have to wait until somebody either is discharged or dies. That's unfortunately what the problem is. And that can only be solved by increasing the amount of beds in the hospital, by building and expanding the hospital facilities to accommodate those beds. You follow what I'm saying? I hear the government say they're building a new Spanish Town Hospital with the same amount of beds. I don't know how that will solve the problem. You need about 50 more beds or so. So they have to expand it and provide 450 beds to take care of all the persons that are coming to the hospital, so that you don't have the people now sleeping on the floor and sleeping in chairs and so on. Right? So, he said in Rossi's, obviously, is something that they were discussing after they found out what the government is coming with. He said so in Rossi's. After him done criticize the government about the people who are, not being taken care of at the hospital, no dignity and so on, he went and said that them talking about them going to expand the hospitals, and then him start brought because he wasn't supposed to say that. Right? And that is the point. They are spending money on the clinics, repairing them, and they are expanding some of the hospital's facilities. Maybe what I'll do is a video on that at a later time, but that is not the moment. Right? That is the key. So he's aware that what we need is expansion to the hospital facilities to increase the amount of beds so that we can take care of the people. That's the only way. But when he's going to come and tell you that his solution to the problem is to remove the free healthcare, bring back fees, and solve the problem that way, because some persons will just not be able to find $100, $200, or $300, believe it or not. They will not be able to find it, and therefore less people will be coming to the hospitals and clinics for assistance. And that is their way of dealing with the problems that you hear them keep talking about. right? Then, of course, they said they're going to be bringing in technicians, train them, and so on. Then we need money for that. Now, do you know what is the funniest thing about it? And please remember, like up the video if you haven't yet done so, all right? Please like the video. Great. You're doing a great job. What is funny about all of this is that Jamaica is washing with money, and they are aware of it. Jamaica is awashed with money. And when I say Jamaica, I'm talking about government of Jamaica. The government of Jamaica is awashed with money, and they know it. They know it because they're in the parliament. They know it because they heard when Nigel came and announced that for him NIR bigger than the biggest NIR we ever had in our history. 5.1 billion, and that was announced in May. 5.1 billion US dollars. So it is clearly no part of their plans to use that money, right? No part of their plans to use that money, which, by the way, we were told by the government, is taxes. Not $1 of it, he said, was borrowed. So they got the taxes. Rather than spend the tax and fix the bridge in Troy and fix the hospital equipment, they decided to convert the money, put it into the NIR, which, by the way, as far as I understand it, unless they've changed it now, is sitting in the Bank of America in the United States. That's where the reserve was the last time I checked. Convert the taxes and put it in the reserve, as if we now have no problems and everything is taken care of. We now have no problems at all. So we can now put the money as savings. And they are telling you they have no intention of using that money to do anything for the hospitals either, provide any equipment. No. What they're going to do is institute user fees and make you pay for it. And then your taxes do what then? The NIR has about 2.5 billion more than it needs to. When we were under the IMF test, we were passing the test with 2 billion US dollars, 2.2 billion US dollars, up to 2.4 billion US dollars. The IMF does not require us to have any more than that in reserve. And we have twice the amount in reserve. The total in reserve is 800 odd billion. So half of that, 400 plus billion, are taxpayers' money that should be spent giving us the services that we need, tie up in a reserve. That's what that means. And this man now is telling them want Andrew to fly the gate so that him can come in now and remove something that we now have that can help poor people when they're sick, right? And institute user fee. Now, why should the poor people do any such thing? Why should the poor people, hearing this out of his own mouth, bold and bossy and brazen with it, thinking that you would notice, right? Thinking that you would notice and think that the poor people must now come and cut them own throat. Can anybody be so dumb? You believe that Vybz Kartel fiasco is them downfall? This is political suicide. Them just announced in the arena, thinking that you would notice. Why would you have a benefit that you are now enjoying? Vote for a political party that is going to come and remove it, and you don't know the reason why. They're not telling you the reason why. When you have money, they're not coming to pour more money into it and make it better. They want you to now pay for it, which means that there are people who will not be able to afford the services, and them going to go home to them yard and die or rely on them little bush tea. This is the way of a capitalist. This is how they think. It's always money and it's always pay. They don't believe in no freeness. Is your taxes I pay for all them sitting there? No, your taxes and mine and his too. But the problem is capitalists will always pay a larger portion of the cost because, of course, they have more income. So they are going to be paying 25% of that income. And that is what they don't like. They believe that they have to work hard for their money. They believe that they are rich because of the decisions that they make. And you are poor because of the decisions you make. It is your lifestyle that is causing your poverty, and they don't see why they should pay for it. And so this should not be a surprise to you at all. But of course, you don't know these things. Too busy working and trying to make ends meet. You have children to send to school and so on. So, you don't have the time to pay attention to these things. And so we have to pay attention to these things for you and bring you the information. This man is a capitalist. They don't believe that they should be paying for your lifestyle and your life choices. Your poverty is your fault. I saw them think. The difference between a capitalist and a socialist, as the lady explained to you in the beginning of the clip, is that in a socialist society, you don't pass judgment on people about their lifestyle. Maybe it's education. Maybe the people are so bogged down with problems that the brain, you see, the brain is a funny thing, it does not function well when it is stressed. But the capitalists could not care about that. They don't care about those things. It's dollars for them. It's always down to the dollars. And they earn $10 million and they have to pay $2.5 million. You earn $15,000, you're not paying any income tax. And they have a problem with that. So when you say these two capitalists, Peter Bunting and Mark Golding, take up themselves out of them private lives and come into politics, the first thing you must ask yourself is why. Don't fall for the nonsense that them come to serve, that them done make them money already. Them done make them money already, so them not come to scrape. That is just a byline to catch you because them think you don't know nothing. Them take black people for idiot, Yes, man, them think so we are idiot. Right? But as I said before, we only play fool to catch the wise. And them certainly not wise. So here it is. Bunting and Golding come with them policy prescription for you. The government is spending tens of billions of dollars on healthcare. And they and their likes have to spend a lot of money. Plus them company, once the company makes profit. And they don't like that. So they want now to come hoodwink you. Tell you that they're coming to do something that is in your benefit. By taking away the free healthcare and now make you go pay for healthcare. And that is what they are not going to tell you is in your own best interest. But of course, they know they can't tell you that. So what do? They just slip it in at the conference and hope so you don't notice it. We are receiving $15,000 a week for minimum wage. And there are 83% of the people in this country earning minimum wage and less. About 17% under the poverty line. Right? It is these people, the 83%, that is going to be forking out the money now to go into these public hospitals. Because those persons who have more, they will be going to the private hospitals, the private facilities, and pay them good up money. Or use them insurance that they have either through the job or they went and invested in. You don't have no money if you invest in them something there. Your money not so big. And this man, the Englishman, cold-blooded capitalists, hustlers. So that's what they do, they hustle. Nothing wrong with that, man must eat. Right? Want to come and take away something that you have. Telling you, say, moving in a new direction. When the man tells you, say, I'm moving in a new direction, it means something, It means something, him going in a new direction. Them don't want you to get any good healthcare facilities. No, they're not interested in that. They're interested in cutting down what they have to pay in taxes to take care of people like you because of your lifestyle you can't afford to go to private facilities like them. And you want them to come pay. No. Not even the taxes where you contribute. Because when you buy a patty, are taxes you pay, when you buy a patty, next time you walk into Juicy Beef or Tasty or one of them patty places, and you buy a patty and buy a drink, sit down and remember. Just think about it for a moment. I don't want you to have indigestion. That patty is paying all them workers there. You see all the light and the food I buy to make the patty, and you out of your little patty, You see the rent that Juicy Beef and Tasty paying, or out of your little patty come from, Yes, you're making a little contribution out of your patty. When they must pay the taxes for the workers, it's out of your little patty money too. If they're paying the landlord, when the landlord is to pay the property taxes, out of your little money come from. The GCT coming from out of your money. Yes, everything. What they did, they invest. And then when they sell it back, they make a profit. And it's out of that profit that all of these things are taken care of. Now, but nobody tell you, say you not pay taxes. Now, you pay the taxes. Not the man who run Juicy Beef. Him take your money and out of your money pay the taxes. So it's the poor people who pay taxes in this country. Not the rich people. What the rich people do and the business people is that they collect the money. And a portion of what they collect is handed over to the government. That's what that is. Even the pay that they are getting, the business owner is getting a salary for the job that he's doing for his business, that he's going to now go and take care of his family, send the child to dance school, send the boy to, karate school and all them kind of something, music school and all them kind of something there. Yes. All of that money coming out of your party. You paying for it, and when him paying big 25% tax out of him $10 million a year, the 2.5 million him griping and grumbling and don't want to pay, is your party money. Is your party money come from? And him supposed to take that portion of your party money and hand over to the government in income tax, and him griping as if to say it's his money. No. It's your money that him supposed to hand over to the government. It's only the people who are the end users of anything at all, the consumers, they are the ones who pay taxes. Believe it or not, you pay taxes. You understand now? You never know that before, right? Okay, all right. So I'm glad to bring that to your attention. So, when you see Mark going come and bad mind the little poor people then, for them little hospital where them have, he is coming with plans that will get you the equipment that should be in the hospital, right? And then you know going to have to pay for all the services. And if you can't afford it when you want your surgery and you can't afford the surgery, you die. Just like that. And they know that that will be the consequence of what it is that they plan to do. Remember, same about a plan, Yes, well, this is one of his plans. And tell you to your face. Tell you to your face, and all the comrades in the auditorium, in the arena, jump up and down, giving him standing ovation. Them approve of that? Do they approve of it? And who it is that sat down and made these policies? Was it Professor Bogues? Somehow I doubt that. I would love to know who are the persons who are sitting in that policy committee now. We want to know the names of them. I guess we could find out. And they came up with this idea that what we need, we're going to tell the people that we're going to bring a hospital service and healthcare facilities that is going to bring them dignity. What we won't tell them is that they're going to have to pay for it. So we use little clever words that are good and affordable, knowing that they would notice. And this is only an illustration as to how far removed this Mark Golding PNP is from the PNP of Norman Manley, Michael Manley, and Portia. This is not the PNP. This is a masquerade. Them wearing the colors, using the name, but the policies are not the same. And they are claiming that all of these things that they plan to do is going to be in your own best interest. How can that be? How can that be when we have over $400 billion sitting in the reserve savings? And plus, the government is getting a whole heap more taxes than they were getting in the past. Till them don't know what to do with it. Because their priorities are screwed up. And I put it to you that the priority of this man on your screen is worse. At least the government has an opportunity to shame them enough. Very possibly no. Them saving up the money for a reason. But if we can shame them enough to spend the money, this guy is telling you, he not spend the money upon that. You going to have to go pay for it. Why should I pay for your lifestyle choices? That's the way of a capitalist. And if we can't get rid of him before the next election, and you stupid enough to put him there, that is what this man is telling you you're going to get. Now, I want to ask a very serious question of the People's National Party's membership. Did you tell Mark Golding that you want a healthcare facility that is good and affordable? Did you tell them that? You told them that what you want to do is to cut out this business of free health where the taxpayers are contributing to the healthcare of all the people, because everybody has access. You told them that. You told them that you want that cut out and you want everybody now to pay. Is that what you told them? The people who are listening now, please put in your comment section. You met Marky G anywhere, you wrote to them, did you petition them and ask them to remove the free healthcare and go back to what it was before with the user fee? Did you? No? Yes? Put it in the comment section. So when he said, and we want public health facilities that treat people with dignity and provide good and affordable health care, when he said that, is which we ain't talking about? Is it you, Philip Paulwell? Is you want it? Well, you say, Comrade Paulwell, are you want it? No? Yes? What is the answer? What about you, Denise Daly? I see you very chummy and chirpy and talking about Mark when the next Prime Minister. So you clearly must be in agreement with it. You want that, right? You want your people in your constituency, in a De La Vega City, I believe it's called. You want those poor people to be paying for the services and get out of the Spanish Town Hospital and the clinics, right? Is that true, Denise? What about you, Natalie? My, what a beautiful voice you have. You did a song for Marky G, man. And you would have been the one who agreed to that, right? Yes? You want your people in a bog walk that just voted PNP to be paying for the healthcare facilities when them got the Spanish Town Hospital. Is that right? Or is you, Mikhail? Me see you run with the risers, me notice you not run with them again. Very wise decision. You mustn't. It's only a fool keep company with traitors, because it's only a matter of time before them betray you and knife you in your back. So me want to know now, was it you who told Mark and sat in that committee and made a decision and voted on it in that 77-man cabinet? You all sat down, discussed it, and voted on it and said that is what you want. Is that true, Mikhail? Come with Mikhail? No? Yes? What's the answer? How about you, Comrade Cousins? I know I shouldn't ask you that out of order question, you know. No, I'm not going to ask you that out of order question. Let me move on. And I know it can be Comrade Graham. Comrade Graham is a man with money, but he look like a man who empathizes with people, right? I don't expect that from him either. Lisa, are you? Lisa, I can't you. No, Lisa, for you, me cry shame. But I don't think it's you either, right? How about you, Dr. Peter Phillips? Lord, forget it. Out of order question to even. I see you looking at me now in a funny kind of way. A funny but kindly grandfatherly kind of way. So let me just withdraw that question. I beg your pardon, sir. I hope you're enjoying your trip abroad. What say you, Dr. Guy? Is it you? you were saying to them, yes, you think it's a good idea that we should return to user fee as a means of ensuring that we don't have overcrowding in the hospitals and clinics? No, I somehow may not think so. But what is the answer? I'd still love to hear the answer. Not you? What about Angela Brownberg? Somehow me feel say Angela, you know. Yeah, man, she a riser, she run with the traitors then. She a traitor too. So, Mark, Bunting, Ian Hills, Dayton Campbell, right? And all of them risers. Once they tell them what they want, they will all jump because they're the jumping kind. So these are the people who would have sat down and decided that this is the type of healthcare system they want for the poor people. One where they have to now pay for it. They want you, when Andrew fly the gate, to put them in a power to cut your own throat. And when them are going to stop take black people for idiot. So when you hear the Englishman talk about we want to provide good and affordable health care, that is him and Bunting, Ian Hills, Dayton Campbell and Angela Brown talking. They are the we. They are the we. And I'm almost sure they never consult with anybody in the party before they come up with these policies. I am prepared to bet you that all of those comrades that were on their feet giving Mark a standing ovation had no clue that this was a policy that him and Bunting coming with. No clue. But now they know. So what are they going to do about it? What you think they will do about it? Anyway, folks, that's what I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember to share, like the video, subscribe, as well as, and leave your comments. Now, I will be back with another in the series of analyzing the policies that the Englishman came with. You may get it either later tonight or maybe in the morning. Until then, though, you take good care of yourselves and walk good.